Hi Aries, this is your reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate for every single Aries out there. Alright you guys, let's get started. What is happening for my Aries? We have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, the Two of Swords, the Devil, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the King of Coins, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and at the bottom we have the Page of Wands. Alright, Aries. A lot of fire and air. Not a whole lot of water, though. I feel like there's a lot of pentacles, fire, and air. A lot of you guys are deciding to just do what makes you happy. And a lot of people, I think, are noticing that here, Aries. I feel like people have been targeting your character, you know, where people will gossip about you or talk about you, and you having to just deflect it is what it feels like. But you're just constantly putting in work on yourself and you're starting to improve, and more people around you are noticing that you have more higher self-esteem than when you once did. But there's still this piece of you that still feels like you still have low self-esteem, but other people are seeing that you don't as much. Like you're changing. Some people feel like you just did it overnight, though. Like it was just like instant. But there's this piece of you that feels like your life... I feel like your life has been tough, and it's been leading you up to this point where a lot of you guys have been worried about the future, and you feel like what if the fortune that you're hoping for just doesn't manifest in the future? Like there's something here where you're worried that you're not going to get what it is that you were hoping for. But you're coming down like you've been attached to something for some time, and I feel like for some of you guys this Devil card is interesting because it almost gets this sense that it's something to do with like the hold that your parents have over you, or something that your parents bestowed upon you, like a belief or a feeling. There's some type of attachment here that has made you guys take less than what you deserve. So for some of you guys, it's like you price your work lower than what your quality of work is. So you're getting ripped off. And it's like at a young age, it's almost like you don't understand the value that you possess. And so it's like you take less than you deserve, and people take more from you, and then they leave you depleted, or there's this piece of you that just feels like you have to prove yourself here to get what you want. It's like you feel like you have to constantly offer things to people in order for people to work well with you, or in order for people to stay. And that's like a belief that I feel like you've been passed down from generation or something, because it feels like for a lot of you guys, that's what's kind of slowing you down. That's what's keeping you from really getting what it is that you want. And it's because it has something to do with that past where you felt helpless, or you felt like you were at the mercy of other people. So it's like you give away your power unknowingly to others around you, because for some of you guys, you know that you need to, maybe you're indecisive a lot, and you know that that's something you need to work on, is that indecisive energy that you have. But some of you guys are not wanting to put into efforts or people or situations that seem fishy to you or seem like it could be a risk. So it's like you're gaining clarity about why certain people maybe have taken from you in the past, and why you always attracted people that were never there for your highest good. It's like you're coming to this conclusion, but there's still a part of you that doesn't understand. It's almost like there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you can manifest a good, solid connection. There's a part of you that is emotionally detached from the belief that you can get what it is that you want, because it's something to do with emotionally, you almost feel like you can, for instance, it's like you can imagine a partner or something you want in your mind, and it can be amazing, but a part of you doesn't believe that that's possible to bring that into the physical. Like it's all in your head. Let's get some clarifiers. Yeah, see, you've been putting in a lot of hard work with people specifically, and it never seems to go the way that you wanted it to go. Because you're always the one carrying the weight, and you're always the one that felt like you were the one more emotionally invested. And it's like you always put in that work, but there's a piece of you that feels like you realize that you're not always getting what you want back. So when you're working, a lot of times you could be in deep rest or deep thinking. I feel like it's more of a deep thought. So when you're working or doing something here, Aries, you're in contemplation about wanting to move forward with something. There's something that you want to take forward. But it just feels like you guys are focusing on your future, like where you want to go. But what's keeping you stuck is this fear of not becoming accepted. And even like oftentimes I'll hear people tell me, or I'll have friends and stuff that are like, oh, I don't care what people think of me. And then they care what other people think of them. So like, I just feel that for some of you guys, you might say to yourself all the time, well, I don't care what people think. But deep down inside, there's this piece of you that you want approval. And maybe you're seeking approval from parents, or you're seeking approval from somebody that is significant in your life. And you're worried about what they're going to think or say. But you also see the investments that you've made that you're not happy in. There's something about your life that you want to change physically. There's something that you want to get out of. I feel like a lot of you guys have been feeling like you've been in a rut. And you want to change things up. You want to change the fate that you feel like you're in. Like, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you could have not had as much finances or much resources, or it feels like there's just something that you could never win on. And now it's like you're saying to yourself, I kind of want to like get out of that situation. But it's that fear that you have to build upon yourself, because there's things that you know that you need to make decisions on. And again, I feel like this sense of being afraid to make a final decision about something. Because I feel like a lot of you guys, you want to... It's something about that childhood that keeps you guys kind of tethered. It keeps you kind of stuck. And it has a lot to do with the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown. What if you get what you thought you want, but it ends up not being what you want? So you're really up in your head a lot. I feel like a lot of you guys are really questioning, like, do you want this? Do you not want this? And I feel like a lot of you guys, you know that you are lying to yourself. Like, you know deep down inside what you really want here, Aries. But there's a part of you that wants to stay in this confusion because you're afraid of actually what makes you happy. Because what if you try and go for it? And then what happens if you actually succeed? What happens if you succeed but other people are disappointed in you? You know, or what if you fail and everybody tells you, oh, I told you so. You know, there's all of these types of things that are coming up because, believe it or not, a lot of times when we start seeing results or we start seeing things become successful, we start to get nervous about that. Again, see, there's something about you not being happy, but it's something to do with another person or another situation. You feel tied to this. It's like you want and you're seeking this person's approval, but this person is not you. They're living their life. It's like you're living your life for somebody else. Because it's like you tell people what they want to hear, but it's not what you want. You just want somebody to appreciate you. You want somebody to give to you. You want somebody to not abandon you. You want to feel seen and heard, and you want somebody to support you and protect you. And not cause pain, not cause misery or conflict. People that don't give you an ultimatum. People that appreciate you for you. People that don't put you in this mindset where you feel like you have to struggle or worry or stress. Because I feel like a lot of you guys, that's where you've been very defensive, is you feel like you always have to, you feel like you have to hold on to these beliefs about yourself. So it's like you're trying to go after what it is that you want, but you're doing it to free yourself. And as I say that, that comes out. You want to free yourself. It's like you've given people the power to make your decisions for you, to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. It's like you allowed other people to set barriers and boundaries for yourself. And a lot of you guys, you're tied emotionally to both outcomes, wanting to do what you want to do and then also not wanting to disappoint others or worry about what other people think. But in the end, it's like you still just want to achieve something. You still want to feel proud of yourself, but you want other people to be proud of you too, especially this person or whoever this person is in your life. It could be a father figure, it could be a lover, it could be anybody. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's that you really want to actually have a solid foundation. You want to actually be happy. But you have to put in that physical work. You're the one that can move forward. You're the one that can do what you want to do, but you have to put in that work in order to achieve that 10 of Cups. But you're always giving to the wrong people. You're giving to the wrong people. The people that don't care, the people that don't really deserve your loyalty. That's why there's ending that needs to come about, where you need to have more honesty and more being more there for yourself, because I feel like you are in pain all the time because you're trying to get approval of somebody that doesn't even approve of themselves. And see, it's blocked. 3 of diamonds, 3 of coins, 3 of coins. It's blocked. This person's blocked in this connection. You're blocked in this connection. And you have to realize that you need to see what your own self-esteem and your own self-worth is in order for you to really achieve that. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's kind of the issue that I'm seeing, is it's like you're blocking yourself from your own happiness because you're allowing this other person's opinions or this approval that you want from this person or other people to come along with you, and you can't. So we have dissipating. It's like a lot of you feel like you're wasting your time. And I feel like you kind of are, essentially, if you're always telling this person, like trying to get their approval, and they're not giving you what it is that you deserve. It's like a part of you needs to realize, you know, this person isn't giving back to me what I need. And I feel like once you learn to let that person go, it's like all of a sudden abundance can come in, because I feel like this person's taking your energy, they're taking your resources, your finances, all kinds of things from you. But once you learn to let it go and not have to have other people's approval or appreciation or validation, that's when abundance is going to come in. One of the things that I'm seeing, though, is you have to learn to forgive yourself because you didn't know yourself. And I'm getting that sense that whatever has happened in the past where you feel like you need to almost essentially approve, it's like maybe you messed up in the past and you want people to see you differently. You need to learn to just forgive yourself because, again, you're discovering who you were at that time. There was a lot about yourself that you just didn't know. And it's okay to say, you know, like hindsight's 2020. And I feel like for some of you guys, Aries, you beat yourself up over that. Some of you guys, you're afraid. So this is something interesting, okay? And this is what I'm getting. A lot of you guys want to give service to people, but you don't know where to start or where to begin. And it's like you need to take better care of yourself. And I feel like the reason why vanity came up in the blocked is because some of you might have an issue making yourself look good, putting on makeup or dressing nice or doing something for yourself physically. I feel like a lot of you guys feel guilty about that. You feel ashamed about that, but you shouldn't. It's not bad to be vain, you know? It's not bad in having pride in your own appearance. It's just when it gets to your own head, that's when it becomes an issue. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you just need to start taking better care of your appearance because that's going to help build your self-esteem. People are going to start treating you better. You're going to start feeling more comfortable in your own skin. And I feel like for a lot of my Aries, that's what you need, whether you're a male or a female. It's like take better care of your body, look better for yourself. And other people are going to start seeing that. They're going to start noticing it. You might start getting more compliments and more external validation in that way. But it all starts with internally inside of yourself, what it is that you want. And it's all about your energy. So start taking better care of yourself. Start being more doing what's best for you. And things are going to start to fall more into place for you guys. Because I keep getting this sense that you know, maybe you're too quick to forgive other people, but you're really hard on yourself. It's really hard for you to forgive yourself for maybe what you've gone through or maybe what you've put yourself through. So a lot of my Aries, you need to start learning to appreciate yourself and being kinder to yourself and realizing that, you know, not everybody's perfect and you should never strive for perfection because perfection is just what we think is perfect because perfection's not really a thing. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's something that you can, once you come to terms with your flaws, your weaknesses, your strengths, and who you are as a person, then you're going to be able to appreciate all of you and incorporate all of that within you. Then will you be able to really go out in the world and do what it is that you want to do. But you need to start trusting yourself more, stop self-doubting your own beliefs and who you are as a person. Start building yourself up. And I think vanity is one of the keys for you guys, is to build up that self-esteem or that self-confidence within yourself by taking better care of yourself. So let's pull some cards here. It says, get back to elemental, fall in love with your own story, change maker, make waves, limitations inspire invocations, what do you really want, fill your cup with sacred giggles, and we have raw intuition. So a lot of you guys, you might not even be aware of how on point you are intuitively or where it is that you want to go. One of the things that I'm really getting for you guys is we all get caught up in a story that we tell ourselves about the past and about past situations. And it's like now you get to decide who you are from this point forward. So when I hear fall in love with your own story, it's like, yeah, that was your past. And maybe your past was a tragedy. Maybe your past was full of difficulties and hardships. But what about now? Life doesn't actually have to be difficult. We just choose to make it difficult, because a lot of us likes to stay in that suffering, whether we realize it or not. It's like half of the stuff that we worry about, or the half of the things that we think about, don't even manifest. Thank God. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like you're always in your head, always worrying, always wondering about what people are thinking. But the truth is we're not going to really know what people are thinking about us. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's something that you need to come to awareness to, is maybe you can feel somebody's emotions, but it's still a sense of your own self projecting that out to other people. So once you come to the realization that, people can have the right to believe what they want to believe, but what is it that you want? And in order for you to get what you want, you have to start putting in that physical work. And you're the one that's going to have to start making those actual changes. Start working with the elements. Start working with the fire, wind, earth, air. I mean, start working with all of it, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, whatever you start putting into action, you have to use all of the elements in order to really manifest what it is that you want. And it's like, what is going to inspire you? What is going to make you want to take actions and get out of bed in the morning? Start writing down a list of the things that you want and start focusing on that. Stop paying attention to the things in the past, because what happened in the past, it already has occurred. We can't do anything to fix it. We can only just accept it and allow ourselves to heal from it. But all we can do is keep moving forward. And I feel like, what is it that you really want? Once you start to come down to understanding what it is that you actually want, and it's weird, because sometimes when you sit down and you think about what is it that you really want, you become uncomfortable. And it's such a simple question. Why is it so hard to answer? And it's because oftentimes we were taught at such a young age that we don't deserve everything that we want. And so it becomes difficult for us to even imagine what it is that we want. And the stuff that we think we want, once we get it, we might realize we don't actually want it. And so for a lot of us, it becomes kind of confusing and difficult. But I feel like if you can really sit down with yourself here, Aries, and really just think about it objectively, what is it that you want to see in 5 to 10 years, and start making plans and start making arrangements, but doing it so with a loose base, realizing that, maybe I want to go to school for this thing, but it doesn't have to be this exact school. It can be wherever the universe wants to take me, allow the universe to lead, but just tell the universe what you basically want, an outline of what it is that you want, and then allow it to happen, and then forget about it and move on with your life and continue. And I like to think, write it down so that you know what it is that you're manifesting to you, so that you can look back later and be like, I did manifest this, or I didn't manifest it, so you can kind of see what you could have done right or wrong. And I also get with a lot of you guys, you've been too serious lately, and you need to just start watching comedies, start going out and having more fun, get more in the playful energy, because you're not drawing what it is that you want to you. You're not manifesting what you want quicker, because you're in your mind, you're stressing, you're worrying, you're afraid of what others are going to do, what other people are going to think. You're afraid of how society will respond. You have all of these thoughts and misbeliefs about yourself and what it is that you really deserve, and can you really do what you want? And it's starting to get to the point where you need to just realize, you have the right to be happy just like anyone else. You have the right to be loved and respected just like everyone else. And so once you come to the realization that, just because you're seeking for some person's approval or some type of validation externally, that you actually don't need that in order to be happy, in order to have fun. So start manifesting more things to be grateful for. Start manifesting more things to be fun, because the more you have fun, the more you relax, the more fun and the more things will come to you. So that's kind of what I have for my Aries. Hopefully this resonates for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.